And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hightop Sports. The Gators get their first commit in the 2025 year, but it appears to be their last edition, possibly one more for the 2025 class, taking that class from 25 commits to 26 commits. We've been talking about Onis Cabana, who flipped from Tennessee essentially. Now that it is confirmed, it is legit. He has committed as of just moments ago, locked into the class. We talked about it on yesterday's show with Stephen Harris. His secondary class, this recruiting class for 2025, is appearing to be one of the strongest that Florida has put together in Billy Napier's time since he's been here. And I can think a lot of credit goes to Will Harris and just his eye, what he's looking for, and what he was able to do in just 1 year at Florida last year really turned some heads. Again, Onis is joining great company with Ben Hanks Jr., who just got his 5th star not too long ago, alongside Hilton Stubbs out of Mandarin, Jackson, Florida, teammates of Tramel Jones. And then, of course, safety Laganza Hayward, another top 200 player as well in 4-star. And then you add in, of course, Onis Cabana here. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kids from London came across the pond here to come play some ball and is paying off for him now as he has committed to the Florida Gators. Man, we take a look at his film. Love what the Gators are getting here on top of the guys that are already there. Really hoping we see him early and often headed into next year. Again, that cornerback room has a lot of potential and a lot of talent, but love a couple of key features that we're seeing already. Turning around, catching eyes on the ball, watch the quarterback very well, very north and south, just has a ton of, again, a bulldozer when need be. Great speed, great control of his feet. Really excited that the Gators were able to snatch this last little addition here from Tennessee. Tennessee was very upset about losing this player. A lot of content creators were talking about this. And again, writing seemed to be on the wall, but you never know until signing day. And it's for those of you that wonder what's going on, because there's been so much change in recruiting. This is the National Signing Day tomorrow. Back in December was technically the early signing day, but it's not really early anymore. It is the new official one, it feels like. This seems like not early, but what early used to be, kind of the one-off one, right? Tomorrow, there will be some more commits. I don't think Florida will be participating in any of those. I know we've been keeping an eye on the 4-star cornerback that reclassified, Jarvis. Looks like Georgia is making a big, heavy push at this moment, so it could be another surprise. But right now, it seems like a little bit of steam has cooled off for the Florida Gators in that cornerback. Now, again, with this addition, it takes from 25 to 26 commits and also jumps us in overall recruiting. And of course, the show is brought to you by PrizePicks, ladies and gents, bringing you some fantastic action as we get the Super Bowl just a week away. They are doing some fantastic stuff. Take a listen to what's going on. The big game is almost here. It's now or never. Don't miss out on the last football game of the season. What a time. What a time. With PrizePicks, the best place to win cash while watching the big game, PrizePicks is also giving away one free pick for the big game, where one of the starting quarterbacks will only need 1 yard to win. If you're correct on at least one more stat projection, you can win real cash. Check out the promo tab to tail any of our super sweet Millie winners big game lineups. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win a split of $1 million in promo funds. Listen, boys and girls, there is no better time to get in on the action than the Super Bowl. It is an absolute blast. It's going to be a party. You're going to have a party. We're going to have a party. And be sure you invite the best friend of all, PrizePicks, to that party, boys and girls. Use the code Hightop when you download the app PrizePicks. And what do you get when you use that code? You get 50 bones, $50 back when you play your first $5. Again, $50 back on PrizePicks when you use the code Hightop. Take advantage of all the things that got going on right now. It's going to be an absolute blast. The build-up this week for the Super Bowl is going to be great. Again, PrizePicks, run your game. Now back to the show. Where we're at. So right now we sit 8th with 282. The addition of Onis makes us jump Michigan, who we know landed the number 1 or number 2 cornerback in the country with Bryce Underwood. So they had some top-tier talent. Only 23 commits, but they had a hell of a class. One of a top Michigan class in quite some time. They usually finish in that 10 to 12 range. Something interesting I want you to know, Tennessee fell out to number 11 with that flip because Onis technically was still under their category because he was technically committed to them. He never decommitted from my understanding, I don't believe. I think Laganza did, but not Onis. There was just crystal balls for him to flip. Is LSU. LSU started off last year on an absolute burner. We were following recruiting right around this time. At one time, they had the number 1 running back in Barry, I believe was his name. The number 1 wide receiver in Decoria Moore, I believe was who they had. And then they also ended up committing to Oregon. And then they also had Bryce Underwood. They had all number one players at this particular time, the number one running back, number one receiver, and number one quarterback, and ultimately just ended up with the running back that was number one at the time and fell all the way down to 10th. They were on a killer path. I was like, this LSU, man, they are not playing games. They're going to finish in the top, what have you. I thought for sure top 3, but fell all the way down to 10. And Florida, at one point, we all recall, was sitting at 50 with just a month left. And now here they are coming in hot and heavy at the end here, finishing with a top 7 class. Now, I do know overall LSU did very well because they were extremely aggressive in the transfer portal. Overall, they finished 7th because they went out there and did a lot of things with 39 total commits, including recruiting and the transfer portal. Florida overall sits at 10th, but again, with the addition to Onis, he's not in this data yet. Probably right at Michigan or right above it with 287. I don't think we'll get a full 3 points, so we'll probably still be sitting in that 10th mark with overall. So again, between the talent that's coming in from recruits and the talent they were able to go and get from the portal, a lot of big moves. And you see these teams like LSU bringing in 39. Again, they only brought in 8 more commits than Florida did, but we know Florida didn't have a lot of guys leaving, nor a lot of guys went to the NFL, comparably to some of these other schools that lost a lot of commits. Auburn lost a lot of people. They're bringing in 42. Ohio State bringing in 32. They've got a lot of people that are leaving. Alabama brings in 30 commits. Georgia brings in 34. Oregon 29. Texas, of course, at the top of the list with 5 5-stars. Unreal what Texas was able to do. But all in all, good day for the Florida Gators. Always a great day when we're able to get a commit. To see those sunglasses tweeted out is always a good and fun feeling to see. So let me know how you're feeling about this commit. Could we see some more again happen over the next couple of weeks? We talked with Corey Bender about this. This was the one that he felt more prominent about. Again, right now it is technically the dead period, but what I am seeing, and we did talk about this with Corey Bender on a recruiting show, and another part of that show will be dropping tomorrow. A lot of great information there. But we did talk about how a lot of these junior days happened in the month of January, and you'll see now all these guys are putting out their official visits. And Florida is on a lot of visits, or a lot of top recruits visit list. And it seems like these guys are really kind of just creating a science of this. Like, hey, I'm going on 4 or 5 official visits after this dead period, probably through the month of April till June. And those are going to be where I'm focused on unless somebody comes and makes a heavy push. But that's what it's starting to seem and appear like. And Florida has these guys visiting, a lot of top tier guys visiting over that time period, whether it's April through June. So really excited to see those guys, again, be in this conversation, be in that mix. Their ability to close this past year really turned some heads. Again, the narrative last year for recruiting was like, we've got to see what they can do. And we saw how it started off, and then as it ended, they were able to see what they can do. A lot of hype behind Chapman, a lot of hype behind Will Harris. Ron Roberts maintaining the play calling, I think, is exciting some people. On the offensive lineman, DeCoster, we heard what Bender said on this show from Monday. Again, the buzz around the offensive line development is there. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated with it. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.